Guys, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, and we're back to these mini series. Today I'm going to show you how to take the mower deck off of your snapper. They're all basically identical as far as how they come off. The only exceptions is it depends how new your machine is. In one, it'll have a safety switch on the lever that engages the deck. That's so if the deck's engaged, it won't start. And this one has a safety on it. Once you kick the deck on, you can't put it in reverse unless you do something first, and I'll show you how to do that. So when you're mowing your yard and your deck's running, you can put it in reverse and back up and keep mowing as long as you do this one thing first. And I'll show you what that is coming up. Now you're not going to be able to see a whole lot unless you lay on the floor. But right underneath where your feet go, where these rods come up for the mower deck, your pedals hook to them. Let me move your camera. Okay. These two bars right here come up and pivot on a steel shaft that goes through from side to side. What holds that shaft in place on mine are a couple of C-clips or snap rings. They have to take off with snap ring pliers. This one has a C-clip in it. I guess if you hold it just right, it looks like a C. To get these off, you put the point of a screwdriver up here in this hole and you pry against the end of the shaft that's sticking through it, and this will pop right off. Then all you have to do is lift up on the front of the deck, get the weight off it, and that rod will pull right out. But there's a couple things we have to do first on this deck to unhook the safety for the lever and the cable. Let me move you back there. Now this is the safety I was talking about that they have engineered in here, so you can't shift it in reverse once you have the deck engaged. Now, the other end of this cable hooks to the pedals that you push on to hold it engaged. Cable comes out right over here. Hooks on that side of the pedal. We're going to unhook the back of it because it's a lot easier. Now to make this thing so you can back up when you're mowing, when you put the deck in gear, you want to push down on this lever before you step on this pedal. If you do that, it holds this safety open and you can shift it in reverse with no problem. But you have to do that every time you step on these pedals in the front. As soon as you let the pedal up, that little safety pops up, and now it won't go in reverse. If that's an issue, you can leave it like this. A friend of mine just permanently put a little C-clamp right here, and that was the end of the problem. But we got to get this cable off so we can get the deck out. There's a couple half-inch nuts. I don't know, I'm going to have to lift you up a little bit. You can't see it. Okay, right here are these two half-inch nuts I was telling you about. You want to break the back one loose. There's a rubber boot on here on the end of this threaded tube to keep dirt out of it. Make sure that boot stays in place. Right now we're going to slide it down out of the way. And we're going to take this nut all the way off and run it down on the cable. Once you do that, you can pull the tube forward. You got to stretch the spring. There's a slot in this hole. So once you pull it forward, the cable will come right out of that slot, and the spring will unhook out of the safety. So that's unhooked and out of your way. Next thing you got to do, we're going to put this in reverse and get it out of our way. It's up in here is where the wires are connected. You can see them wiggling for the safety switch. We're going to unhook this end. And around that wire, they have a elastic tie. You're not going to be able to see it until I get it cut. They had an elastic tie around the end of the wire, and they looped it and put a tie around it so it wouldn't pull out of the hole. Couple of connectors you unsnap, fish them down through the hole, your wire's unhooked. This is what I meant about the way they looped it and put a tie around it. They made the wire bigger than what the hole was so it wouldn't pull out on its own. So we got that unhooked. Next thing we got to do is unhook the chains from the back of the mower deck. These come off really easy. Mine you got to unscrew. These just have a hairpin in it. You pull the hairpin, part comes out the opposite way, and it's unhooked. Now we'll get the other side, and the back should drop down. Now we're going to lift up on the front of the deck. You got to get all the weight off, or you're not going to be able to pull that bar out. And the front will go down. I don't know if you want to grab onto the bottom because you won't be able to get your fingers out of the way. I'm going to lift up on this foot pedal. The rod comes out. The mower deck's on the floor. Now we're going to lift it up. That's the easiest way. It's kind of hard to slide that thing out of there. Besides, I don't want to scratch it all up. So I'm just going to lift the machine back up and get it out of my way, and then I can move the deck. Okay, that's it. There's the machine. Here's the deck. We're going to slip the rod back in so we don't lose it. And we're going to snap that sea washer back on. A little help, I guess. And there's the machine. So that's about it on removing the mower deck. Putting it back on is just as easy. I put it on the ground or on the floor and move the machine up. I have it on a platform with casters. I just drop the machine back down over top of it, hook the chains and the bar up and the safety. It really doesn't take that long. So if you have any questions, put a comment or a question in the description box below, and or you can email me something at jimsfixitshop@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to help you out. I think tomorrow we're going to do a video on going through the mower deck, checking the spindle bearings for play, and we'll check the idler to see if that's any good. Them seem to wear out a lot quicker than anything else. So tune in tomorrow and check out that next video. Until the meantime, work safe, have fun, and let's cut some grass. Talk to you soon.